The Spurs walked into Madison Square Garden and refused to let this series die. Down 0-2 after dropping both games at home, that's the kind of hole teams don't climb out of. That's not opinion, that's NBA playoff history. And the final image burned into everyone's mind before tip-off was Wembanyama and Castle miscommunicating on the most important possession of the season, a broken play that summed up everything wrong with San Antonio heading into Game 3. So the question coming in wasn't just, can they win? It was, do they actually have answers? Turns out they had 4 of them. They flipped the cat problem. Through the first 2 games, Karl-Anthony Towns was a nightmare to deal with. He kept dragging Wembanyama away from the paint, forcing San Antonio into impossible choices. Do you leave your best rim protector stranded on the perimeter, or do you let Towns operate as a stretch big with no one in his face?
Searching. Towns has got Castle, and great recognition from Josh.
San Antonio couldn't solve it. Game 3, they turned it around. Instead of Cat dictating terms, Towns suddenly had to figure out how to guard Castle driving downhill while Wembanyama was rolling hard behind him. It showed up immediately. Castle attacks, New York collapses, Fox catches in the corner with 2 feet in the paint and lobs it up to Wemby for the finish. San Antonio ran it back. Castle draws the Towns switch. Hart steps up in help. OG has to get all the way down to guard Wembanyama under the basket, and that just doesn't work. That's the entire adjustment. San Antonio stopped feeding Wembanyama the ball 25 feet out and asking him to create magic solo. They used Castle to force the first reaction, then let Wemby punish whatever the defense gave him. Simple concept. Took 3 games to find it, but now they have it. And Castle wasn't just a setup man either. He was on a completely different level in Game 3. He drew contact on Bridges going to the rim and converted the 3-point play. Another drive where Hart grabs his arm and OG smashes him at the basket, no call, which honestly felt criminal, and he just kept going. That tone in the opening quarter, that was all Castle. He's the reason Wemby was able to take over, not the other way around. First quarter, Spurs win at 33-22. Wembanyama posts 9 points and 2 blocks. Castle goes 3 for 3 with 7 points and 3 assists. San Antonio had 11 assists on 14 makes. Real team basketball. By game's end, Wembanyama, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, shooting 11 of 18. Castle, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists on 8 of 14. Together, they became the first pair of teammates both aged 22 or under to each score 20-plus in an NBA Finals game. And through his first 3 Finals appearances, Wembanyama now has 85 points and 10 blocks, a combination only Shaquille O'Neal matched in his first 3 Finals games back in 2001. For Castle, the only players to put up a 23-5-5 line in the finals at a younger age are Tony Parker and Magic Johnson. Let that marinate. Answer 2. They survived New York's best punch. After that perfect opening quarter, the Knicks bench completely flipped the energy. Alvarado attacked Wembanyama twice and scored both times. Clarkson knocked down a 3 off an OG pass. Before long, Brunson had knocked down a 3 to give New York their first lead of the game. In the second quarter alone, New York put up 42 points on 14 of 19 shooting, including 6 of 9 from 3, with 9 assists. The Spurs went from up 11 to down 7. They got cooked.
Finds its way to Clarkson, back in the corner, shot clock winding down. Anunoby, step back, 3-pointer, it's good! OG Anunoby's got 15!
But after halftime, San Antonio punched back. They won the third quarter 35-27 and reclaimed a 1-point lead. The biggest shot of that stretch came from Dylan Harper, right after Clarkson hit a miraculous step-back 3 that felt like destiny. Harper matched it on the other end with a triple of his own. Harper's overall shooting was rough, but 9 rebounds, locked-in defense on Brunson, and 0 turnovers still contributed in ways the box score doesn't fully capture. Answer 3. They stopped giving New York the game for free. New York still won the rebounding battle, second chance points, fast break points, and even the paint points on most nights. That adds up to a Knicks win. But San Antonio tightened up the one thing that had been an absolute killer through games 1 and 2, turnovers. Only 8 giveaways compared to 13 from New York, and the Spurs turned those Knicks mistakes into 21 points. Meanwhile, Brunson still dropped 32, but with 5 turnovers to go with his 5 assists. And in the second half, the entire Knicks offense seized up, just 6 assists after 12 in the first half. The ball stopped moving, which meant Towns stopped being a problem. He finished with 11 points on only 10 shot attempts, including 1 single field goal attempt in the entire first quarter. When your team is down bad and your best matchup weapon takes 1 shot in the opening period, that's a problem that goes beyond the Spurs' defense.